Let's take a look of that 3-pedal set complete package, including base plate and heel support for around €500 from Moza, and try to help you in your decision if those are for you or you have to check for something else. I drive with those for a week now and I feel I found the strong and the weak spots, so let me share my experience with you. First, this is complete package, as I've said before, with 3 pedals, base plate and heel support for around €500 or $499, and sits just in between Fanatec and Heusinkveld, for example, in terms of price tag. I have to say, from quality and performance, are very well priced, and those are definitely not the perfect pedal set, but they have potential. Let's start with the throttle. The body is built entirely of aluminum, some stainless steel parts, and use contactless positioning Hall sensor. They choose to go with long plate, which aesthetically you may like or not, totally subjective matter, but in terms of comfort, those plates are really awesome for non-inverse pedals. Also, very clever choice for adjustability. Pivot point on the top, and playing with the third bolt, we can move the angle of the plate. 3 slots for the piston position, which change slightly the angle, but mostly the strength of the movement, and preload point for the spring itself, which also change the strength, but mostly the travel. Pivot point on the back part of the piston to ensure linear movement and the feeling in compression. So, it was very easy to achieve some good settings and create the perfect travel and strength for my personal like, and I believe most of the drivers will find their sweet spot. The pedal plate itself is comfortable enough with socks and easy reachable for some heel and toe action. In compression, reaching the end creates some dampened noise, but I can't say the same when the pedal is released and create that metal to metal sound. Moza should definitely address that, as this sound can be pretty annoying if there are other people around. Other than that, I will personally rate the throttle experience as very good. Just quick update. If you already have those pedals and that noise annoys you, here is an easy fix. The noise comes from the piston reversing back. Unscrew the piston and put some rubber rings on the bottom side. Problem solved. Moza used some foam inside, which softened the push contact, but not in the reverse. So that is an easy fix, Moza. Put some rubber and make your customers happier. Let's go back. Moving to the clutch, same body from aluminum and stainless steel parts, same contactless positioning Hall sensor, but different pedal plate with the same adjustability from the top pivot point and the bolt in the middle. 3 positions for the piston, and the piston itself is attached to 2 aluminum parts on each side with rollers and follow machined pad on the core, which falls down and instantly change the pressure requirement and create that feeling of bite point. Once it's fully compressed, feels very light and helps me keeping the pedal down on the start position and feel exactly where the bite point is. I personally like a lot the way it feels. That pedal is also way quieter than the throttle due to that damper stop, and I want to see that same solution on the throttle. So I can rate that as very good clutch. Now, let's move to the brake, which is the most important one for sim racing applications. Again, same aluminum core with the same adjustments on the pedal plate and piston position, but completely different in movement mechanism, and of course load cell pressure sensor up to 100 kilograms. Mix of springs and elastomers, which I found to be the best solution over the years of testing different pedals, and I really feel like there is a lot of wasted potential here, considering there is a 100 kilogram load cell involved in that system. In stock they come with the yellow spring and the soft elastomer installed, and without scientific proof I feel like the resistance is around 30 kilo, which is not enough for my personal like and have quite long travel for my taste. That of course is not bad thing, as some people out there may prefer exactly that feeling. That's totally subjective, but it's good we have it as an option. Just not for me and my driving style. My personal preference after years of testing is around 55 to 65 kg with medium travel to be able to control the weight transfer of the car and good feeling of the trail braking for hours without hurting my knee. So I replaced the stock mixture with the hard red spring and the hard elastomer. The red spring is still soft, probably up to 45 kg, but the elastomer is too hard, probably up to 90, and that creates non-linear feeling as once I fully compress the spring and reach the elastomer, feels like hard stop and quite unnatural. I really see lots of wasted potential here due to wrong choice of springs and elastomers in hardness, but that is really easy fix from Moza, and I will try to help them choose the proper elastomer and spring mixture to cover a wider range of different drivers' preferences. Now, keep in mind that those who will upgrade to those pedals from simple Logitech or Trustmaster, for example, will still feel that brake hard as a brick even in the soft settings, so it will still be day and night experience, but my point is the hardware itself have huge potential and must be used. The replacement of the spring is easy, unscrewing the piston from the core and taking off the top part, which I can't say is the same for the elastomer. You will definitely need to take the pedal on the table for that replacement, so unscrew the 6 bolts which keep the flat load cell sensor and the cover, take the elastomer out and align the new one. Then try to align the load cell with the core hose, which is a tricky one and took me good 5 minutes as I really don't want to destroy the threads, and tie it very carefully. This is something I definitely don't want to do very often, but I don't have to once I found the perfect settings for my personal like. Attach the pedals to the base plate and make sure to use the plastic washers and protect the pedals from scratches. Choose the spot for the heel support and ready to go. I also saw connection on the board for throttle motor, which is interesting one and can't wait to see what is coming next. To take full advantage, you will need to install also the Moza pit house and tweak them the way you like, adding curves to the inputs or keep them linear, whatever you wish. That being said, here is my final thoughts. They are not perfect and I want to see the throttle pedal using hard rubber pump stop for more silent inputs in release. Other than that, the price is really competitive for the materials used on that build and feeling very well that gap between Fanatec offer and those other sets which are all above 700 euro with the full 3 pedal sets and base plates. So, when I say they are not perfect, here is what I mean. In feeling, for example, the throttle and the clutch feels just as good as some of the way more expensive solutions, and except that metal noise in release of the throttle, which I hope they will fix at some point, there are zero complaints. It feels smooth and gives really good control. The brake pedal feels also great and have the potential to cover a really wide range of pressure preferences with that 100 kg load cell sensor, and I want to see some extra springs and elastomers in that kit. However, the replacement of that kit is not the easiest one in comparison to those more expensive solutions, but I guess that will be easy trade for many who want to save some cash. Having low expectations, I was definitely pleasantly surprised from the performance. If 500 euro is what you are willing to spend for a full set of pedals, in my opinion those can be very good choice. So hope you gather enough information for your decision, and I guess I will see you in the next one.